There is nothing better than coming home to a stack of freshly made buttery tortillas, except if you pair them with a steak. Add some guacamole, wrap it up, and you have one of my favorites, the classic carne asada burrito. Now, to make soft buttery tortillas, you'll need all-purpose flour, salt, butter, and warm water. Start by adding salt to the flour and make sure it's fully combined. Then you want to incorporate the butter into the flour. Next, you're going to add warm water and you're going to start mixing. I keep the water temperature above 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't use hot water because I don't want to cook the dough before I start stretching my tortillas. As you can see, the dough is still sticky, and that's okay because it's important to hydrate the flour to prevent your tortillas from cracking. At this point, you'll feel the dough's a little unmanageable, but you can start adding a little flour at a time to remove the stickiness. I end up using around half a cup of flour, and that's good enough for me to start kneading my dough. If after 4 minutes of kneading you still have sticky dough, add 2 tablespoons of flour and knead for a few more minutes. And the more you knead, the less sticky the dough becomes. As for the consistency of the dough, it should feel damp but not wet. It rained today, and as much as I love the rain, it left me with a sticky, damp dough. And instead of freaking out and adding more flour, I continue making the tortilla balls. It's not perfect, but it's good enough, so don't sweat the small stuff. You got this. Now lather your hands with butter and mold each piece of dough into round little balls. The warm butter on your hands prevents the balls from drying out and keeps them smooth and round. You can use a damp kitchen towel to cover your tortillas. And if you don't have a kitchen cloth, that's okay. You can use some plastic wrap over the top. And what I like to do, I like to place it in the oven with the light on. Remember, don't turn on the oven. Just the light on should warm this up enough for our next step. And while we allow our tortillas to rest, I'd like to thank Made In for sponsoring our video and also for an amazing griddle. It's been a few years that I've been waiting to present something to you that's pretty similar to my great-grandmother's cast iron, and today a lot of you are going to be so happy because it's pre-seasoned and you can start using it right out of the box. This griddle has dual zone capabilities. I'm able to make 2 tortillas at a time without worrying about burning or undercooking them. I've made several dishes with this amazing griddle and press, and I didn't have to worry about the juices spilling over because the side walls are designed to keep everything contained. Imagine, it can hold 40 ounces without spilling. That's 5 cups of liquid. Look, I put it to the test. And I'm not saying for you to pour water or make soup, but just in case you're making juicy steaks, you don't have to worry about spillage. And by using the press, you can create the perfect crust on any steak. This griddle is heat safe and can reach up to 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, so adjust your temperature as needed. Now, if you really like the griddle and the press as much as I do, there's a link in my description area for you to save. Before you start rolling out the tortillas, you want to warm up the griddle for 10 minutes on a medium-low heat. Take a dough ball and dust it with flour. With a rolling pin, you can start shaping the tortillas as round as you can. This process works best when you roll 2 tortillas at a time and cook them right away. If you roll out more than 2 tortillas, you run the risk of the others drying out. And this griddle can easily fit 2 8 to 9 inch tortillas. I season the steaks with the Sonoran Classic, salt and pepper, and then I continue to cook the steaks to the desired doneness. And while the steaks are grilling, I'm known to make a little extra things on the side. And this time I went with guacamole as it's key to the perfect homemade carne asada burrito. As always, Cloud and I are wishing you the best. We absolutely adore you, and let us know what you plan on making with your griddle. And on that one, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Adios!